Hello, welcome once again to another edition of the Coach's Corner program. I'm Jeff Ruth, along with Hardy Boys basketball coach Jamie Pearson. And Jamie, we talked about a couple of tough league games last week, and fortunately you were able to prevail in both of those.
Yeah, second time around in the league is never an easy thing. Teams know you, you know them. And, one of them we had to go on the road to Ontario, which is a tough place to play. And then Clear Fork played us really tough the first time we played them. So even though we had them at our place, we know that program's continuing to get better, and we were able to get 2 victories, so pretty pleased with the boys and their efforts.
And a couple of really tough ones here in the next week. You got Pleasant on Friday night, and then a really, really good Delaware Hayes Ball Club next week.
Yeah, all our sites are on Pleasant, a big county rivalry, and we'll have a big crowd for that one. They beat us last year the second time through, and that's still on our minds, even though we got them at their place earlier this year. I think their coaching staff does a great job. Their kids are a lot of veteran kids that have played a lot of basketball, so I expect it to be a great game. And then we'll have the tournament draw on Sunday, and then fortunately for us, the Delaware game, it won't really factor into our seedings, but I think it's placed nicely in the standpoint of we're going to see a top 5, top 6 team in the state of Ohio in Division I, and just kind of getting us ready and see how we perform away against a really, really good opponent.
All right. We'll come back, we'll take a look at some of the highlights. We'll talk about the Clear Fork and Ontario games right after these words.
Bucci's Italian Scratch Kitchen is a unique dining experience with made-from-scratch ingredients and meticulous preparation of each and every plate. At Bucci's, you will not find a canned sauce in our kitchen. Every sauce from marinara and alfredo to our scampi and marsala is prepared from scratch every single day for every single meal.
Don't forget the dessert prepared from scratch in our kitchen. Choose from fresh-made cheesecake, tiramisu, brownies, or creme brulee for a sweet treat to finish your meal.
Bucci's is also expanding with the addition of our Dock Lounge, featuring the best in local live entertainment, as well as a variety of signature cocktails and limited menu items.
The upstairs Urban 501 area is available to host your most special occasions and private events.
Also coming soon to Bucci's is our fabulous outdoor courtyard area where you and your friends can enjoy outdoor games and entertainment. Located at 320 West Center Street in Marion, Ohio, Bucci's Italian Scratch Kitchen, Urban 501, the Dock, and the Courtyard are your one-stop entertainment hub for any event, large or small.
Once again, back on the Coach's Corner program and talking with Coach Pearson. Shelby pretty much wrapped up the MOAC title last year, but you and River Valley and you can put Pleasant in the mix. There's some really good basketball teams out there that are kind of in that middle pack.
Sure. I think I saw that this is Shelby's 5th or 6th straight league championship in the MOAC. They have a guy that's probably going to get Player of the Year. He's a Division I basketball player that's a 6'7" point guard. It always starts with them. And then, River Valley we split with this year, but they've been right up there at the top 2. And then, obviously we've been 3rd. We got to take care of some business to tie for 2nd this year, beating Pleasant on Friday and Gallion next Friday. Pleasant's a Division III school too, so they lost their star player, but they've really been playing well without him. I think they've all stepped up a little bit. I know he meant a lot to that program. I think they've won 3 or 4 games in a row, and when the tournament draw comes, having played us and Shelby's and River Valley's, it's going to put them in a good position. And but I think you hit it on the nose. This year our league is really, really solid, and so hopefully we see some results from that come tournament time.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from last week. Unfortunately, we don't have the Clear Fork game, but we have the Ontario game.
Well, Ontario's a nice gym, and I like these highlights because we won by 30. And It started with Trey Cady. He had his biggest game of the year, a 3 there, and we'll probably see many of these. Here's the second one. I think Trey was 5 of 10 from the three-point line. I believe he finished with 25 points. Had a big dunk. There you see Marquise hitting the 3. It was one of our best shooting games of the season on the road, so we'll definitely take that. Braylon Dyer, who's been really solid for us, another senior, really stepping up with things. And then Alex Stokes, he's kind of one of our unsung heroes. He's really been playing well defensively lately. He always rebounds for us. It's good to see him finish there. At this point, I think we're up 18 points. We're in the 3rd quarter. But again, more Alex Stokes anticipating and being able to finish in transition, which, when we get our transition going, good things happen. And then there's Parker Iden. A steal there for Parker and a finish. Parker works hard and does some really good things for our program, especially defensively. And then Trey Katie, fast break, throw it up to him, and he finishes on the alley-oop. But Trey, like I said, had 25. I think Marquise Long had 25. It was a true team effort. We love when we get loose balls there. Braylon gets one, and he, again, as we saw before, throws it to Trey for the 2 points. We just were able to get to Ontario in the second half. They played us tough in the first half, and they weren't able to come back on that specific night. There's Trey, I think his 5th 3 of the game. When Trey shoots it well, and Trey's been hurt a lot this year, so he's finally just starting to get to be probably 70 or 80%. When he shoots it well and plays well, as a 6'7" wing guard, it can really make us dangerous.
Did you get a running clock in that game?
We did. We did have a running clock. I think the rule is 35, the running clock starts, and then I think as long as it doesn't go below 30, it keeps running. So I don't know how I feel about the running clock. I do like I think we talked about it last episode. I do like the 5 fouls per quarter being the 2 shots, but I'm not really sure about the running clock. Haven't really done it a lot, so we'll see.
Yeah, and I had seen the Ontario game when they played here, and that was a game in which you were a better basketball team, but again, going on the road, that always gives you, a little extra sense of worry, I guess.
Yeah, they're the second best 3-point shooting team in the league percentage-wise, and they really shoot it well. They have some guards that can really play. And so anytime you play a team that can shoot the 3 well, you're always a little bit nervous. But fortunately for us, we were able to get up in the second half and never look back.
All right. We'll come back. We'll preview the games coming up this week, maybe talk a little bit about the tournament. We'll do that right after these words. Back once again on the Coach's Corner program, and you mentioned Pleasant coming up on a Friday night home game. It was a very raucous crowd at Pleasant when you played over there a few weeks ago, and that was right after Trey's injury. So they played with a lot of emotion, I thought, in that first game.
Yeah, Trey did play against us the first time we played.
Okay.
I think he had 33 points, so it's hard for me to
Okay,
forget
I'm
that.
sorry, okay.
No, but they've really picked it up since then. It's a new gym, and I don't think they played teams tough there. I don't think opponents like to play there. It's not too small, but it's not too big. I think the sound carries there well, and obviously Pleasant shoots it there well. So, it was definitely a tough environment. It's that classic Pleasant, Harding, River Valley, Harding, Pleasant RV. Those have really, say what you want about the realignment of the MOAC over the years, but to have those games, 6 of them a year in Marion, boy, it really brings the crowd out and gets the community excited no matter what the records are. So, it was good, but they really have rallied since they've lost Booker. JT Snively, senior, has really stepped up and turned into an outstanding player.
I remember when he was a ball boy and was like 5 years old with him.
Yeah, well, he's definitely maybe one of the most improved players from his junior to senior year in the MOAC. And then a couple other guys, Carson King, Wiley Smith, guys that have been playing varsity for 2 or 3 years. They got a McCants kid that's a junior that does some really good things as well. There's a blue ball kid that does a little bit of everything for them. So they have a lot of depth, and they have a lot of talented, experienced players, and they're very well coached. So we expect it to be an absolute battle on Friday.
And then talk a little bit about the Hayes game on Tuesday. Obviously, the emphasis, as you said, is on Pleasant, though.
Sure, yeah, it's exciting for me. I'm looking forward to it. I just whatever we can do to try to keep the Pleasant game close and hang in that game, but going to Delaware, we've played them the last 3 years. There's a case where they have 2 Division I players, both kids going to Ohio University. They have 2 kids that have started since their freshman year, and just a depth of experience. They got size, they shoot it, they do everything. That's why they're one of the top 5 or 6 teams in the state of Ohio, regardless of division. So, we've played well over there traditionally. My first year here, we lost in overtime, and so we're not going over there to just show up or to lose. We'll give it everything we have, but at the same time, we give them a lot of respect, and they have a lot of talented players over there.
You mentioned the tournament draw on Sunday. You never know because Harding's kind of an outlier with those Central District teams, but I would think there's a good shot that you could get a home game this year.
Yeah, it's really a crazy format. Central Ohio basketball, in my opinion, is the best in the state, especially in Division I, where we have 42 Division I Central District teams. You get 4 district champions out of that. You probably have 5 to 10 Division I players in that mix at least. And, there's no easy games. So, I know Harding traditionally, since I've been the coach and before that, we have struggled in the Division I tournament. And it's for that reason. It's, we are an outlier. Or we play some smaller schools where other schools are playing, larger schools. And so teams, don't respect us a whole bunch. And, we do have a chance for a home game. But, in terms of getting some wins, we got to show up and prove to people that we're the good team that we know we are.
Best of luck to you this weekend. Friday again, home Pleasant, if you can make it out. Freshman games about 4:30, 4:45. JV, varsity, and get a full night of action.
Yeah. Well, we don't have freshmen this week. We're in a
tournament.
Freshman tournament. I do want to give a shout out to Coach Rell and the freshman team. They won their first game, and they got River Valley in a semifinal this week. And if they win that, they'll play the winner of Gallion and Clear Fork in the championship game. So Friday will be only JV varsity starting at 6 p.m. And then Tuesday at Delaware, another 6 p.m. start, and then we'll wrap up the regular season. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. We have Gallion coming in for our senior night.
Okay, I'm glad you clarified.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Coach's Corner program. For head coach Jamie Pearson, I'm Jeff Ruth. Thanks for watching.
Whoa, slow down there, Hot Rod. We know you're in a hurry to get to the historic OK Cafe located at 734 East Center Street, Marion, Ohio. And we know you can't wait to enjoy the great food and beverages at one of the most popular restaurants in town, known for their famous handmade pizzas, subs, calzones, and more. And we know you can't wait to meet up with good friends for the best in live local entertainment, big screen sports action, bike nights with weekly contests and prizes. But what's the hurry? We're open daily from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 11 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays, offering dine-in, carry-out, and delivery. Oh well, some people just can't wait to get to the OK Cafe.
Hello, welcome once again to another edition of the Coach's Corner program. I'm Jeff Ruth, along with Harding basketball player Adley Haynes, and thank you for being on.
Of course.
You did this early in the season. And
Yeah.
You had so much fun, you wanted to come back and do it again, right?
Yes, of course.
Good. Well, you did a really nice job.
Thank you.
Only have one game to play, or one game to talk about since our last Coach's Corner show, and that was against a really good Pleasant Fall club.
Yeah, that game, we were in it for a majority of the game, but the fourth quarter they ended up pulling away and beating us by quite a bit.
And that's kind of been the trend for a lot of the season this year is, you've had leads. Sometimes you've had big leads like at halftime or the second half, but once you get to that fourth quarter, you just don't have a whole lot of bench play, and it just kind of catches up with you.
Yeah, I think our bench has a lot to do with it. We don't have a very deep bench, and when players get tired, effort decreases, and we just lose it, I guess.
Okay. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the highlights from the game. We'll also talk a little bit about the rest of the season. We'll do that right after these words.
Welcome to Harding Telecom Digital Media. Unlike television, print, and radio media, which are all one-way communications, digital media creates an interconnected world of interactive communications that puts you in control of content creation and broadcasting. As a member of Harding Telecom, we have 3 ways of building your digital media skills. As an underclassman, You can take our semester-long class, Intro to Video Editing, where you'll be introduced to the latest hardware and software in digital media. Learn to create your own content with overlays, special effects, and audio processors. Your content will only be limited by your imagination. Telecom 1 is a year-long class that introduces you to the world of audio-video broadcast communications. Here you will learn how to operate video hardware and software, design sets, direct and produce events, and expand your editing capabilities broadcasting online and over our public access television channel. You will learn to produce daily news announcements and share your creations throughout our cable television and social media networks. Finally, Telecom 2 is our year-long class available for upperclassmen who have completed the prerequisite Telecom 1 class. Here you will produce and direct your own broadcast events. You will be put in charge of productions and lead other students through the introductory processes of media production. Many of our telecom graduates have gone on to study broadcast media in college and launched careers as television news and weather personalities, Emmy-winning editors for nationally syndicated television shows, and audio production engineers. So don't hesitate to schedule Harding Telecom Digital Media. Talk to your guidance counselor or see Mr. Mullins in room 201.
Back once again on the Coach's Corner program. We're talking with Adley, and you're a freshman. Before we talk about the Pleasant game, kind of talk a little bit about the season. It's almost over. You got a couple games left, but kind of talk a little bit about the season from your perspective being a freshman.
Being a freshman in playing varsity, it's a lot different. I think I mentioned it last time than middle school was, with all like the older girls, and they're like bigger and stronger. And it's just, it's a lot different, and it can kind of be a struggle sometimes, like trying to get around them and be aggressive and physical when they're like significantly like bigger than you and stronger than you. And it also it gets you in your head knowing that everybody's like most people are older than you that you're playing against.
You know, in 7th, 8th grade is basically friends and family and grandparents and that kind of thing, so you're playing in front of a whole lot more people too.
Yeah, that also, especially at Pleasant, because they advertised it a lot beforehand. So they had a big student section, as well as we had people from our school as well. And it was just, that had a lot of pressure on all of us.
Yeah. What are you most pleased with your game?
With my game?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Pleasant game specifically, or like
No,
all
just
around?
looking back at the season, one thing that you've really been pleased with how you've played.
I've definitely progressed more with shooting, because at the beginning of the season I didn't really take that many shots, like because I was kind of scared.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one thing I've definitely gotten better at, and I'm happy with. And also turnovers, I've gotten a lot less recently.
Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the game against Pleasant last week.
Anaya, she has a lot of steals, typically. And this game, she had a lot too. She has another one. Yeah, we get a lot of steals off like tipping passes, and she usually is the one to get it. Casey had, I think she had 3 threes in the first half, which she really stepped up. That's me.
Make it a nice defensive play from behind.
Yeah. There's another 3 by Casey. She really stepped up this game. I was so proud. There's another one. Yeah, she's really good at threes. We don't always get it to her. She's also very aggressive on defense, and when she wants a rebound, she will get it, because she tries really hard there. There's Anaya. It's a good take.
You know, and you're very much in it at this point.
Yeah, we were in it a lot of the game. It's just really the fourth quarter that got us, which always does. There's Kaylin. Yeah, see, score change a
Set
little
that
bit.
from way outside.
Yeah.
So you got Pleasant out of the way. You have a game tonight, being Wednesday, against Horizon Science. Do you know anything at all about Horizon Science?
I know they're a smaller school. Like, that's really it, if I'm being honest. We didn't really get much insight on them. It was kind of a last-minute game.
I was going to say that was kind of a
Yeah.
replacement for another game.
Yeah, which I don't really know anything about them other than they're a smaller school. It's only varsity tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, JV isn't playing, but I'm excited. It should be a fun game. Yeah.
And I know the tournament draw was held last Sunday, and it looks like you play the winner of one of those play-in games. Two teams will play, and then you'll play the winner of that game.
Yeah, we play the 24th, I believe, of whoever wins. I forget which teams they were, but
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Now, is tonight the last home game for you this year?
Yes, it is. Just kind of sad, but, you know, we have Galleon tomorrow away.
Oh, so you got back-to-back games then.
Yeah, which that should be a fun game as well. I'm excited for that. And
Okay.
then,
Galleon certainly is a beatable team.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Well, you did a nice job. Appreciate you being on.
Thank you.
Just that you get to do this next year, maybe.
I do, maybe.
All right. Thank you very much. Nice job. Appreciate her being on. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Coach's Corner program. Good luck to the Harding girls the rest of the season. And thank you once again for watching.